Frank, you had one of these 5-game Eastern swings last month, and just wondered on the last game, the last day, is there anything in particular that you try to do to make sure you bring the requisite energy and forget about the length of the time on the road?
Not really. You know, we treat every game like an isolated event. It's a stay in the moment mindset we're going to have through 82 games. You know, I thought we played well in that game, not well enough to win. Obviously, Milwaukee's a monster in terms of how well they're playing this year. You know, Philly's playing well as well, even though they're a little bit banged up. And our focus is only on just executing the right way at the high enough level to get a win tonight. And that's it, really.
We saw that McGee's going to be out for a game. Just wondered what you saw from the rotation with Dwight with the starting lineup and how that impacted the bench rotations.
Yeah, the starting lineup looked good. You know, we brought him back. Brooklyn was small with their second unit, so we had some struggles in the second quarter with how we did the rotations. So you know, we'll see how Philly, you know, what kind of lineups Philly's putting out there with that group, and you know, we'll try to adjust accordingly. So you know, we're not just strong with our starting group, but with our second group.
No, there isn't a big sample size with Richardson out yet, but with Embiid out, what's the big difference with Philly?
Well, they're different. You know, obviously they play through Joel so much, you know, that it certainly changes them. But, you know, it doesn't mean they're not every bit as capable of beating us. You know, they've got plenty of firepower. You know, Ben Simmons is one of the best players in the league. Al Horford is one of the best role players in the league. And when he slides to the 5, you know, those teams have always benefited from that downsize, so to speak. So, you know, they're 4-1 coming into tonight's game, and you know, we know they have everything they need to beat us. We got to play at a high level.
Following up on JaVale's, any sense of if this could be something that would cause him to miss more games once you get back to LA?
We don't think so. You know, he probably could have played tonight. He's feeling better. Hasn't eaten in 2 days. You know, he's depleted. He had something that lingered last year, and you know, we're just trying to be smart with it. It's always special coming back to Philly. You know, grew up in South Jersey, and got to work for the Sixers for a year. Rooted for this team my whole life growing up, until I started working in the NBA, obviously, and you know, always be a special place to come.
When you have a player with flu-like symptoms like JaVale has, do you think about sending him home?
We did. We want to see how he felt today. He actually traveled by himself from New York to here, A, to keep him away from the team, and B, just to make it more comfortable for him. You know, but that's always a consideration, yes.
Is it a recurrence of the pneumonia that he had last year? Or
no, we don't think so. You know, he just had an elevated fever for a day and a half or so, and you know, really didn't eat much, you know, until this afternoon, I believe.
Frank, you have Kyle Kuzma on the injury report. Obviously, he's playing, but what's that concern about in that pop-up?
What do you mean, the ankle?
Yeah.
It's just soreness. You know, he tweaked it, I think, a couple games ago. You know, and it's just been playing through it, and it's been a see how he feels type of thing. But you know, he's good to go.
Could you share some thoughts on Coach Roy Hibbert?
Roy's my man. You know, we had some great years together in Indy. You know, he's a very, very close friend. You know, his family's very close to my family, our wives, you know, our kids, you know, all those types of things. And, you know, we'll always have a special bond. Like I said, we had some great years together. We've remained close. I had dinner with him last night, and we caught up on some things. And I'm happy to see him get into coaching. I think he's gonna be a great coach. He's got a great career ahead of him.
Who would you say is better at verticality between Roy Hibbert and Jared Dudley?
Well, Jared plays for me currently, so I'm going with Jared Dudley. You know, and you know, it's a pound for pound thing. You know, it's really not a fair comparison, apples and oranges, and you know, they're both elite.
LeBron going in tonight, obviously needing 18 to pass Kobe for third all-time. Do you go into a game like this excited to see history, expecting to see history, thinking about what that moment might be like?
A little bit, you know, just because I know there's a buzz around it, you know. But really, you know, so much goes into preparing for an NBA game that, you know, my focus is really on trying to get a win tonight, and that's really all that my focus is on. You know, that sort of thing happens naturally, and when it happens, you know,
James and Candace, 21 threes hit so far, 11 by the Lakers, 10 by Brooklyn.
Shootout.
That's what it's going to be in the second half. I don't know if that's going to continue in the second half. They're going to have to get the ball in the paint.
I think the first team that decides they want to play a little bit more defense might get the edge in the third quarter. Plus, the Nets bench came in, did very well.
Remember, it's the second night of back-to-backs. The Lakers are 5-0. We gave that stat in the pregame show. It's because of their defense. Maybe a different story tonight. They've shown us they can win a lot of different ways. Jack in the Box halftime report starts right after this. Hello again, alongside James Worthy and Candace Parker and Chris McGee. This is the Jack in the Box halftime report. Let's get you out to Brooklyn. First half highlights. LeBron James just 45 points shy, passing Kobe Bryant on the all-time scoring list. Takes the court in Brooklyn against the Nets. First quarter, Lakers force a turnover. And LeBron's going coast to coast for the easy layup. Halfway through the first, big game. How's this from AD?
Well, you know, he's acrobatic. No one boxes out. A lot of players spectating, and he just comes through with the master jam.
Second quarter, Lakers down 2. Rajon Rondo draws a double team, drops it off for LeBron. Lakers go up 53-52. And then here's the Lakers on the break, Candace.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers really did a good job. This is back-to-back. Kuzma hit one on the previous play, and LeBron followed it up. They're shooting great from beyond the arc.
Here's LeBron. He sees Dwight. A little hesitation, perfect lob, 65-62 Lakers. And now we'll see it again, this time in transition. LeBron, a little look off and a lob in the finish for Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard getting the start in place of JaVale McGee, who is sick and not playing tonight. And Dwight Howard has 12 points on 6 of 9. LeBron James leading the way with 17, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. More to come on the Jack in the Box halftime report. Lakers up 75-70. LeBron doing work, spin, bucket.
Lakers basketball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try new Tiny Tacos, 15 for $3 or get them loaded for $4. Delivered exclusively with Uber Eats.
Leading all-star vote getter for the 7th time, LeBron James. A 17-point first half. And the Lakers with a 75-70 lead in Brooklyn over the Nets. American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny, and Charles. So here's a question for you. How rare is it, guys, to see a half in which both teams scored 70 points? How rare you reckon that is?
Probably happened 5 times. I would say
5 times this season?
This in history.
5 times in history.
In history or season? Which one?
This season.
Season, I would say once. This is it.
15th.
This is the 6th time, and this is game number 667 of the season. No, he said 5 all time.
Oh, 5 all time.
I meant season.
No, you didn't.
just like you meant Middleton should be on the
now I know how you looked in 6th grade.
Yeah.
No, teacher, I meant.
American Express teammates from this high-scoring first half. LeBron James leading the way for the Lakers with 17, and he's had some help with Dwight Howard with 12. Kuzma's got 13. Anthony Davis has got 8. This has kind of been a strange thing because the Lakers, number 5 defensive team, and Brooklyn ranked number 26 offensively, and they give up 70 in the first half.
You know what that's called, Ernie?
What?
Shaq knows what this is. It's the New York City Lights, right? Well, they've been in town 2 days.
They played last night. Brooklyn's playing way above their heads. And
come on, man. You don't. That's that. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers and you give up 70 points in a half to the Brooklyn Nets, you're not focused and locked in defensively because they're a good team, but they're not a good team at times. But they have struggled. They struggle scoring at times. So how are you giving up 70 points?
What you see from the Lakers and how Brooklyn's trying to defend them?
Lakers are different, Shaq. I knew you was coming, Shaq.
No, I wasn't coming tonight.
He was coming.
No, not tonight.
I'm too sharp today, brother.
No, but, you know, what the Lakers, the thing is, keep LeBron out of the paint and eliminate paint baskets. But you can overcompensate when you're playing against the Lakers depending on who's the ball handler. So freeze it here. So if I realize it's Rajon Rondo, I'm going, paint touch is fine because I want him to shoot the jump shot. I'm not trying to help and be on the other side. You look at Dinwiddie, you look at Garrett, everyone's sucked in. No, that's Rondo. We don't have to suck in. So now all of a sudden, You go in, you get the pick and roll with Anthony Davis, and now he creates so much space, frees it, because now you got the shooter. This is what he does. You can't create that much attention for Rondo in there if you're the Brooklyn Nets, because Kuzma now is wide open.